So today's lesson is banks and overdraft protection. This is where you have a checking account that is your primary account for you to deposit into, which I do that myself. And then I send my money that I can save into my savings account via a secondary way. So that usually entails I either talk to the lady at the desk and she does it for me, or I do it online, which is a great way too. And a plane flies over right now. Okay, so overdraft protection. It's very important because if you have a checking account and you have a debit card attached to it, you swipe that little baby all the time. That's what you do. It's how we pay for things now. It's great, except if you overdraft in your debit account and you don't have enough in your checking, you get a big overdraft fee. Comes at you really hard, really fast. Nobody likes to get these things. Here's that fountain. The loveliness with the sunset behind it. There's no geese today, so whatever. I'll stop right here so you get the whole background effect too. So, I was just spending my money just like I was normally all the time. And I knew my checking account was getting low with my debit card. So I was doing my thing. I was like, don't worry, I've got overdraft protection. So it goes to my credit card, which is good every once in a while. You want to build some credit up so you could like pay it off and your credit score goes up higher. Good idea. What I didn't know is that over a year ago, when I had a random fee show up on my list of my debit expenses, somebody had gotten my credit card number, or my debit number, and used it to pay for something, like way on the other side of the world or some shit. And I was like, I don't live there, I've never bought anything there, I don't know what they're talking about. And they're like, no problem, fraud is fraud. So they cleared it off my account, they dealt with it, but they sent me a new card. Now, this is why it's so important for you to know about your shit. Now, the lady at the desk, when she said, we'll send you a new card, no problem, she did not inform me at any point that I had overdraft protection with the card I had originally, my debit card. So when I used it, if I overdrafted, it would go to my credit card. My credit card would then be paid off later. My credit score would go up. Good stuff. New card does not have overdraft protection, so you have to have that. This is really complicated in a stupid way. They don't tell you these things when you get the new debit card. They should. They don't warn you about it. It's not any paper that comes to you. There's not IXXI5, there's overdraft protection. This new card does not have overdraft protection unless you set it up for yourself. You have to set it up for yourself. Because I, myself, with my new debit card, a year and a half later practically, swipe. Every time I swipe my card, they charged me 35 bucks. And I used my card one day to go to Walmart. I went to another place, I went to another place, went to another place, came home. The next day, went to another place, had dinner, came home. The next day, went to dinner, got something over here, came home. Every time I used my card, and now I've got roughly 200 bucks in fees to pay for bullshit. Now, it was supposed to be like $275, but for my case, for the bank, the first day when they went to draft the overdraft fee, it was a rough amount, a certain amount, and it was the maximum they can take out. If you have an overdraft and you haven't had an overdraft in 12 months, they would allot you to go, I screwed up, can we get this thing fixed and level me out? And they'd look at you and go, you have an overdraft in 12 months, we'll get rid of that fee, don't do it again. Great, except for me, I had 3 separate days where I did not know I was overdrafting into a card that doesn't work for overdraft anymore. And when I was like, oh, it's okay, I've got my other credit card, everything's fine, that credit card does not pick up the balance. That's a bad problem. So I got stacked with fees. They took care of the first one, that's fine, but now I'm stuck with, a big fee to pay, which sucks. So, it sounds like a loophole system. It is. is made to be there. It's a system that's made to make money. And people like me and you are going to get screwed. So, if you've gotten a new debit card anytime in the last year, 6 months, and you've never overdrafted before, you used to have overdraft protection on your last card, get it on this current card. You have to make sure it's there. Otherwise, you're going to get totally screwed when it happens. Looking out for you guys. It's banking crap, but it's really important for you to know. You're gonna be really pissed off at the banks, just like I am, when they come at you for money. For stupid ass shit that shouldn't have been there in the first place, because a banker should have looked you in the face and go, you need to have overdraft protection on this new card when we give it to you. So yeah, my name is Tommy. I'm everyone's big bro. No matter what happens, do not forget to dance.